Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you are returning, if you're new, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by and connecting with me. Today we are doing a pick a card reading, getting messages from your higher self and your guides, just kind of doing another collective check-in. So we are working with three piles. We have pile number 1 here with the Judgment card and the Clear Quartz. We have pile 2 with the Chariot and the Selenite Wand. And then we have pile 3 with the Wheel of Fortune and the Rose Quartz. So let's just take a moment and ground ourselves. As you're watching this, it's helpful to imagine a red cord going from your root chakra down into the center of the earth, and simultaneously imagining a white cord of light going up from your crown up into the heavens, the cosmos, connecting with the Divine Father, and having those two energies, those two polarities meet in the heart space, in the center. And of course, we intend to only connect with that which is of the highest, widest light and truth and love. And we will get started with pile number 1. Hi there, pile 1. So you guys chose the Judgment card here with the Clear Quartz. So we'll put that up here. Firstly, with this card, it's clear that those of you who chose this pile and connect with this, will be connecting with this pile, you're going through a transitional period where you've been stripped of a lot of things that you previously identified with and relied on, depended on for support emotionally, physically, materially, financially, mentally, just so many different aspects of your life that you associated with have fallen away, and it's left you feeling stripped down and bare, but it's given you a solid new foundation for you to build upon in a more authentic, truthful way to who you really are, where you can embody your truest sense of divine light and power. Let's see here. I definitely sense adventure ahead for you, the unknown, and you're being guided to be practical in your approach to whatever new path you're on. Meaning that a lot of you have already done a lot of the 5D energetic manifestational stuff required for you to move forward in the highest vibration possible for you. And right now it's really about applying that in small practical ways, taking small steps to further yourself. And because with this new sense of identity that you have right now, it feels like there might be a sense of shyness in stepping out again, and there may be still kind of this program of like hoping that things will just kind of happen on their own to you without you really needing to do anything. And there may be a sense of building frustration that things aren't happening the way that you would want them to, but you're just being assured from your guides that oh, I lost my train of thought for a second. You're being assured from your guides that it's the practical things that are going to start actually realizing all the things that you've been energetically wanting, hoping for, craving. It's time to start putting, I guess, the pedal to the metal in a way, which is funny because pile 2 had the Chariot, but I'm really picking up this energy strongly with the Judgment card here for you. So it'll be interesting to see what pile 2 has But yeah, I'm also picking up nature heavily for you guys. Um, Getting out and about, if the weather permits, of course. Um, yeah. Again, like movement as well, exercise, walking, movement, um, the physical act of like shifting and changing your body and your environment and your headspace as well. Something about music is coming through, a message about just this soulful connection with music that we have as human beings, this divine connection that we have, and just to remember to be mindful about the kinds of music that you're listening to, and not over moderating, or just being mindful, making sure that it's a match to what you're wanting to create. But oftentimes the music we listen to is a reflection of how we're feeling. So, if you feel like you need to express something that's heavy or dense, then it's perfectly fine to listen to music that resonates with that. But as long as you feel like you're being healed and not like you're stewing too much in an unwanted energy, I guess that's just a message for some of you who might appreciate that reminder. Let's see if there's anything else with this card here. I'm hearing your finances are improving. Your finances are improving. So try not to worry. Again, this is dependent on you taking little baby steps outside of your comfort zone. But it's really a frequency thing for you. I feel like with your mindset too, as you take those baby steps in new directions, you're going to gain more confidence in the new direction that you're headed in, and in this new version of yourself that you're embodying and becoming. So that frequency rising is the very thing that's going to change the financial situation for the better. So I'm actually going to put this back into the deck here. We're using the Londa Tarot today, and we are going to get more for you. So, yeah, hope you guys are doing well, by the way. There's a lot of intense energy. I mean, we always say that, right? There's a lot of intense energy hitting the collective right now, but, and there are ups and downs along the way, of course, but we're just moving through a lot of density within ourselves, within the planet. So I'm sending you a lot of love and good energy. 6 of Pentacles, beautiful. Oh my goodness, the Judgment card really wants to stick around for you guys. That's funny. So we have Judgment again. Yeah, big awakening. Big awakening, and through this transitional time of kind of re-emerging from your cave, you're going to be noticing, again, with that financial situation, that like the frequency that you're emitting is attracting more for you to actually receive, because I feel like now you're coming into a more embodied, authentic version of yourself, where you feel safer to let any walls or barriers down to abundance and love down that you had. Meaning, you're more open to love, you're more open to abundance in all ways. That's not just the number in your bank account, that's like support. And this is definitely a card of support. So you're going to see that moving forward into this next phase of your life, you're going to see a lot more support. A lot more people wanting to show up for you, of course, if you allow it. God, for my pile number 1. What's more messages for them? And definitely like this sense of clearer intentions from others, people being more expressive and communicative, and showing you like how they value you, you know? And again, this just has to do with like when you're vibrating in your authenticity, that's an extremely magnetic energy. The Hanged Man. Okay, so yeah, you still might be in this period where you're still learning how to surrender to the process, let go of the steering wheel, letting go of like micromanaging the situation, and really like following the flow and shifting your perspective on so many different things. The way that you show up in connections and relationships, the way you show up in your purpose and what you enjoy doing. It's just you're surrendering to yourself. It feels like you're allowing yourself to come forward, and this is shifting your own perception of yourself because you're not used to being this authentic and like at ease with yourself and comfortable in your own skin. And it's just a new experience because you're going to be relating to people in a new way, and people are going to be more receptive to you in a healthy way, you know, that's more balanced. If any of you have dealt with energy vampires, it's kind of like you're going to notice that energy dying off, falling away. You're going to notice people who are more willing to give to you as opposed to like taking your energy. So that's going to feel like a relief where you can just kind of like exhale and relax. And I think that there might still be some tension in the idea of relaxing. Like you might relax and exhale, energetically speaking, and then tense back up because you're like, well, I can't stay too loose and easy for long because something always comes in to like disrupt that. So it's kind of like this process of like tensing and releasing that you're in. And it's okay. It's part of this process of like learning how to trust yourself and learning how to trust the universe and your life, to be honest. So this is big stuff. It's not, you know, we're already starting out with 2 major arcana cards here. And this is big stuff because for some reason I decided to use the piles as the major major arcana cards. So clearly these are like big transitions happening. Knight of Swords. So this is a very fast moving energy. Of course, there are light aspects and shadow aspects. The light aspects, it's Knight of Swords is kind of like a revolutionary energy. So revolutionizing your own life, your own sense of identity, and cutting through the fog in order to get to the core of who you are, and let it be known this is who I am, and be very truthful and direct in how you're showing up. That's going to resonate for some of you in this very powerful way. And some of you might actually be feeling like perhaps because of pent-up anger, frustration, aggression, you might find yourself wanting to be more blunt with people, maybe more aggressive with your words in some situations where you don't care if your words hurt other people, if it's coming from your truth. And this is very normal when you're kind of stepping back into your authenticity. It's normal. A lot of different reactions are normal, but it is normal to kind of want to like make up for lost time and just be very direct with people at any expense, kind of thing. So it's just something to be mindful of if it feels like this is like harmful in any kind of way. Obviously, we don't want to create more harm in our lives, and we want to leave people feeling better having interacted with them. But sometimes it's necessary, again, when if you're coming out of a phase where you've dealt with people who were very draining and took advantage of you, misunderstood you, it's okay for this part of your journey to kind of I don't want to say overcompensate, but like snap back a little bit, because that's just part of the rebalancing process. And maybe that's something that you just kind of need to allow to like get out of your system in a way, because you will be coming back into balance with that. For some of you, this could also be the desire and tendency to kind of want to like cut to the chase and skip steps in your own life and rush ahead before you're ready and kind of bypass the process that you're in, being impatient perhaps for some. But more so because we have the zebra here, and the zebra is a very bold visual as far as like a pattern. There's something, this bold part of you that's coming from an authentic place, is really wanting to like emerge. So that boldness is going to look different for each and every one of you. But it's just something to be mindful of, and also be patient with, you know. If we're finding ourselves like being a little bit abrasive or reckless or gung-ho with our words sometimes, we don't want to create more resistance by shaming that part of ourselves or our process. We want to allow space for that, but just understand that, you know, people are impacted a certain way if we're showing up like that all the time. So, and we're ultimately impacted by that too. So we just want to make sure that it's serving us and benefiting us. And at this stage, it feels like kind of like it might be serving you. So let's just get some more. It's interesting with these warm backgrounds here. Not all of the cards have these warm backgrounds, but we're filming this at the end of October, so and there's this sense of like the sun setting, moving into the evening. So, it definitely feels like this next season, like this fall, the rest of fall into winter time, is going to be a significant period of like continued awakening for you. If you're watching this when I'm filming this, or if you're watching this like in any other season, it still feels like, energetically speaking, you're coming to the close of this cycle and the sun is setting on this current phase. And you know, you're going to have time to sort of reflect on things and open up that space within yourself to invite in like the new energy that's going to be emerging. For some of you, this Knight of Swords could mean that as you sort of relax and settle into this new version of yourself, letting the dust settle, getting comfortable within yourself, then energy is going to be, and information is going to be moving in very quickly for you. Okay, for pile one, what messages need to be heard right now for them from their higher selves and guides? Okay. Knight of Cups and the Emperor. So this speaks again about energies moving towards you and being expressive towards you, making their intentions clear, wearing their heart on their sleeve, and exhibiting more decisive behaviors, actions, and words. Again, with that Knight of Swords, it's like very assured and direct. So this is, yeah, it's cool that this energy is moving towards you because it's a good thing. We want energies that are very clear and bold, like I was saying, and solid and unequivocal and undeniable. Like, we need that in our lives. We deserve that. We deserve to kind of get that clarity and that just idea of like the situation and the reality of things from the people around us, from ourselves. This may also be a reflection of you because you're more comfortable with yourself. You're more willing to communicate and be vulnerable with people. You're more willing to like stand your ground in your firmness, own your power, own yourself. This is a very attractive energy. And you are divinely guided here. Like your spirit guides are communicating with you and you're listening, which is why you're in this process to begin with, because you're listening to, you know, your instincts, and you're listening to just the spiritual energy that's moving you and moving this process along. So yeah, people, places, and things are going to be revealing themselves to you and moving towards you. Meaning, really, what you need to be doing is just showing up as yourself, and these things are just going to kind of appear before you on your path. So, at the bottom of the deck, we do have the Fool card showing up here. So this is a new beginning for you, a new journey. And again, it feels a little perhaps uncomfortable, maybe destabilizing at first, just because it's your system is like learning how to be at ease with this new way of being. But it's very exciting, and there's a lot ahead of you, a lot of like mystery. And again, at the beginning, I was channeling about this adventure that you're about to go on, and the Fool completely denotes a new adventure because it's the first card in the tarot journey, which is this huge like hero's journey and adventure. So you're in for a lot of new experiences coming in. This is going to be over the coming years. It's not just limited to like right now, immediately, because we're getting major arcana cards showing up. 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana so far. That's just proof that like this is a big, significant shift that you're going through in your life. And so the things that are happening, even though you're being guided to take the practical baby steps, it's like this is a big picture energy that we're looking at for your life in general, the direction of your life at large. The Tower, yeah, another major arcana card showing up. So this is drastic change. This is like, you know, things happening out of the blue that are sort of shocking and again destabilizing and kind of like, whoa, didn't see that coming. But it feels very good, and it feels just, again, you might be surprised at like the shift in how you're engaging with people, how people are engaging with you. It just might feel very different and sort of throw you a little bit, something to get used to, and kind of like, again, come out of nowhere, out of left field. Be a little surprising, but not in a bad way. 6 of Wands, yeah, because you're standing out for who you are and this new version of yourself that you're embodying. It's really powerful, and people find you attractive as well. I want to say that. People are drawn to your energy because of all the work that you've been doing. It's very clear. Even if people can't put their finger on it, it's very clear that like you've got some magic ingredient or special sauce that like, you know, just makes you magical. And this is going to, for a lot of you, this is going to translate in your life purpose and what you're doing and being recognized and seen for who you are, but also like what you came here to do. And of course, that's going to look different for all of you, because you all have a different purpose. But this doesn't have to just be career. I mean, if your life purpose and your mode of receiving abundance like align, then that's amazing. But this is just like who you are, what you're meant to be, how you're meant to be showing up and serving, and being recognized for that. For some of you, it might be creative, it might be a project, it might be a business venture, or just engaging in the world by utilizing your gifts. And yeah, I mean, like I was saying, fast energy coming in, new energy coming in, lots of surprising shifts, but it's like we're still in a process and we can't expect everything to like happen overnight. There's patience, and your guides are assuring you that like you're on the right track. That's the thing about the Knight of Pentacles. You're on the right track and you're getting to where you want to go. You have to just know that and trust that. And some of you have been getting that message over and over from the universe in readings, you know, what have you, but you're just, it's like you're on the right track. You don't have to worry so much, even though there is a lot of change happening. Like, it's all good and you're getting to where you need to go. Again, just be present with where you are. That's really coming through big time. Being present where you are, being in your body, and like applying this new spiritual identity in a practical sense, in the way that you physically show up in your material reality. And again, the process, you're working on self-mastery. The process is not over, it's continuous. You know, if you feel like changes just continue happening, it's just because you're always growing and bettering yourself and improving. And this next phase of your life is all about building yourself up in a very powerful and sustainable way, and creating balance, bringing balance and healing into your life. And this is another card of patience, temperance with the Knight of Pentacles. So being patient with yourself, that's why the baby steps was coming through, because I think with this Knight of Swords, there's this desire to kind of want to skip steps and like race ahead, race to the finish line, cut to the big manifestation, when it's like, you know, be proud of the progress that you're making. Be proud of yourself within this process that you're in, and feel the benefits of where you are now. Even if it's not ultimately where you want to be, feel the benefits of where you are and how far you've come and how much better things are than maybe they once were. Yeah, because you've had to walk away from a lot in your past in order to be on this journey. It hasn't been easy. You've had to let go of a lot here, a lot of sacrifice, perhaps even letting go of good things in your life. Maybe you are regretting certain things that you've had to let go of, but you knew you had to let go of them, or else you wouldn't be where you are now. You would have been stuck if you held on. So it's just about gaining that perspective. So okay, I'm gonna lay these out and then we're gonna get more cards from, we're gonna get a few more cards from the Buffy Tarot here, and then we'll get a last card from the Oracle. Okay, for my pile number one. For my pile number one. Get more. Are you kidding me right now? Jeez Louise. This is a huge energy for you guys right now. Remember what I said about being stripped down of a lot of things that you can't bring with you? Please check all bags and backpacks at the counter, meaning you're checking your baggage. You're letting go of a lot of baggage. You're walking away from a lot. You've had to walk away from a lot. And right now you might feel kind of like Anya from the show, Buffy, in this picture, where she's just kind of like, okay, and maybe you're judging your situation. Maybe you're judging your circumstances, thinking that they should be different, that things should be farther ahead than they are. But it's like the universe gives us what we can handle right now, and the universe gives us basically what we're mature enough to hold. So we just need to know that everything happening or not happening is for us. It's for our benefit. And again, just huge awakening, huge call here with the horn. You're being called by the divine onto this new path as this new leveled up iteration of yourself, which is incredible and beautiful. And, you know, I don't care how mundane your reality might seem at times, it's like there's bigger things happening energetically within you that are worthy of acknowledgement and like validation and praise. Like, it definitely feels like you're being praised by your guides and the divine right now for just being where you are and being assured that things are improving, things are getting better and crystallizing and getting more solid in the physical reality. But you are just being reminded that it's a process and it doesn't end. The process does not end. You just reach higher and higher levels as you go up the spiral and just become more embodied in your divine God self, basically. We'll get 2 more of these and then get the oracle for my pile 1. Page of Cups. Okay, so this is more about like leaning into vulnerability, expressing your inner child, expressing those sweet romantic desires just to yourself, even to yourself, to the universe. It's more of that energy of being open. And when you're more open, other people, especially like masculine energies, if you identify with more of the feminine energy and you're inviting in masculine energy, or you're currently engaging with masculine energy, your openness and softness and allowing of like sweetness is a signal for this solid, safe masculine energy to come forward and towards you and really make those moves to show up and be direct and clear with his emotional expression. So this is just saying, stay open and don't lose that glimmer of hope, of romance, of desire. Don't lose your sweetness. Part of starting over at the judgment is like the death and rebirth and coming back to life and reemerging with this childlike sense of wonder again. Like a beginner's mind, seeing your life and yourself and people around you with a beginner's mind, not coming from that jaded, guarded place, but like that sweet place where like good relationships and happenings are possible again. And again, with the Fool and then the cards, it's like take a chance. Take a chance. Yeah, because she looks a little bit jaded here. So it's like, and closed off with her arms crossed. So it's like, it's okay to start opening up again. It doesn't have to be these grand gestures of romantic expression or, whatever, but just let down your arms and open up and acknowledge that you have emotional needs and that you want something beautiful and sweet and loving, and that you are a tender soul at your core. Okay, no, that's... Okay, so 3 of Pentacles and 5 of Wands, with the King of Cups showing up at the bottom. So, let's see here. For some of you, I'm getting that you might be feeling conflict in the workplace. Conflict energies or chaos or just sort of like an uncomfortable, how do I put this? Like rattled sort of energy for some of you. It might have to do with coworkers or just the workplace in general. But I still feel like... Interesting. I'm just noticing this, even though this is the Buffy deck, these characters were like geeks and nerds, so they have Star Wars memorabilia hanging in the back here. Which again is making me think of like that which transcends the physical. So it's like, if there is chaos in your work environment, it's like try to see above that, try to see beyond that, because there's something bigger happening. In any chaotic energies you might be experiencing right now, it's just debris falling away, like with the tower. It's old energy being cleared right now, and sometimes that can just look like conflict. But it's nothing to get overly alarmed about. Even if it feels alarming, it's okay to have that response to these types of things. It's okay to get rattled a little bit, but just with the higher perspective here, it's just to remember that the chaos and conflict is not a reflection of you. It's just a reflection of old energy that's breaking apart and falling away. And with this Three of Pentacles here, I really am getting that there are people around you who do support you and care about you. And, you know, to consider being open to them. And you get to choose the pace at which you're going, right? And you get to choose how much you let people in based on your own boundaries, which are still important. But it's just about understanding that there is a community for you. There is support there for you and people who care about you. And if you're experiencing any kind of conflict in your life, there are people who are willing to help and who can talk with you or offer insight, because we do have the King of Cups showing up here, which is, and then, wow, we have the Queen of Cups underneath. So for some of you, there is a romantic counterpart energy that is kind of aligning itself as you're kind of moving through some kind of shifting energies. Like I was saying, people are going to be moving towards you. Masculine energy is going to be more present and available for you and expressive. So that's really showing up as confirmation with the King and Queen of Cups here. There are going to be people around you who you can talk to emotionally and who are emotionally available. So you can trust in that, okay? Don't give up on people. Just because of everything you've been going through, I can understand having a guard up. I relate with a lot of this, believe me. But things are changing, so here's more of that sort of like autumn burnt orangey energy coming through that I was kind of picking up with these. So we have Legacy of Light and the Sacred Fool. So this is basically just the Fool card showing up again. You're starting a whole new journey, a whole new chapter. Very exciting, a new adventure. You're going to feel a lot more free, and you're also going to be stepping into your divine purpose. Like your legacy, this is where that journey kind of begins to like pick up speed and like crystallize. And your guides are really like helping orchestrate this path that you're on. And a lot of you, this path might have to do with connecting with your ancestors or doing something that is like this ancestral call with the horn, this ancestral call. Maybe it's something that someone in your family had done previously, or you're picking up where they left off. Or it's like spiritual work that you're doing with the assistance of your ancestors, shamanic work, healing work for some of you. But for others of you, it's just this calling that's very specific to you, and it's just being supported and guided by your loved ones and by the ascended masters, because it's meant to create this like positive ripple effect that creates, again, this is like a big picture energy that creates this much larger ripple and effect than you would even like think or expect. And yeah, you're just going to be invited to like play more. And also, you're going to feel in this next phase of your life like you do, even though you're releasing now and you're letting go of control now and micromanaging, you are going to feel like things go your way more so in the next phase. Like you want to do something and you do it. You want something to happen and it happens. That kind of energy is coming through. And you're going to start seeing new colors in your life and seeing things from new dimensions and different perspectives. You're not just going to be stuck where you are. You're going to be able to like go different places and see different perspectives in the world, and that's really coming through. So yeah, that's the message I have for you guys tonight. Please, if you liked this video and resonated with it, like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that. There's info about personal readings down in the description below. And I'm just so grateful for you guys showing up here. You know, I'm on my process with my spiritual journey, and this YouTube channel is just part of it and sharing my gifts. So it's exciting to be able to connect in this way and grow in this way and, you know, watch something develop with a community. It feels really gratifying. So I just appreciate you once again. And yeah, have an amazing day or night wherever you are, and I'll see you later, okay? Bye. Hi there, pile two. So you guys chose the Chariot card here and the Selenite wand, which I'll put up here. Okay, so we're gonna get initial messages from this card. So when I was tapping into your energy, I was seeing like the percentage symbol, and I was getting this like energy of being very much in the mind space, logical thinking, achieving, like an not perhaps overachieving type of mentality. It feels like that's something that you're already proficient in, but I was getting the message that you're going to be growing in a new direction, in a new way, kind of unearthing this new part of yourself, which may very well be more embodied, more in the body, more physical, more spiritual and emotional, perhaps. Some of you, even if you identify as female, you might have a more masculine way of like thinking, again with that achieving mentality. And I'm just picking up that it's time for you to receive support in a way where you don't have to like be as active in the mind, and like you don't have to necessarily do as much of that work, which might feel new to you, but it also might be a welcome relief for others of you. I was also hearing the word love coming in, so something about a love connection might be relevant for some of you. There's something around love and self-worth coming through. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So some of you are working too hard in order to get love and receive love. It's like, I was just seeing the random imagery of like this disc or platter that you're throwing out into the world in order to like get the meal, get the goods, get the love. But it's really just about you holding it in your hand and, you know, letting somebody put their love on your plate, basically, is what's coming through. I'm hearing don't use while operating heavy machinery for some reason. So some of you might feel like there's a lot of weight or responsibility in your work life or something like that, your life in general, where if you were to like drop into your feminine and like just receive and just be restful and like more in your emotions and body and spirit kind of thing, then like something else would be at risk potentially. Like there would be a risk. within your work life, or the thing that you do in order, like maybe other people are dependent on you or something in certain situations. And if you were to stop doing that, or like focus on yourself, or focus on your healing, or focus on just like stopping and receiving, then it's like, it would kind of throw things off a little bit or risk certain things for some of you. Let's see here. It does feel like I'm hearing, and I mean this in the best, most encouraging way possible, but I'm hearing like loosen up a little bit. Unbutton, like some of you might be tightly buttoned up, and it's like it's okay to like open up a little bit. Yeah, so we're going to get more clarity. I'm going to put this back in the Londa Tarot deck that we're going to be using, and we're going to get more. Okay, that wants to come out. 8 of Wands. So that's that like go, go, go energy coming through. That fast moving, things happening, action, communication, very like bold and impassioned. Traveling, maybe some of you travel for work, and it's like this constant, going places, doing things. Let's see. 5 of Cups. Okay, interesting. 5 of Cups and 4 of Swords. So again, like I was saying, there might be some type of pain, fear, sadness, regret associated with like just resting and just allowing and like reflecting and pausing. Or there may be a fear that if you slow down, the sadness will come up. Something that has been inside underneath the surface will finally like you can't run from it if you're resting. So maybe that's why some of you are like on the go so much, because it would highlight the things that are missing in your life, or the things that haven't worked out the way that you've wanted them to. If you were to just kind of pause, it's like, but I'm really getting that, again, you pausing is going to reveal something of value and meaning. And because a lot of you think logically, I think you're still going to take this as information that's helpful in a logical sense. Like, you're going to view whatever comes up. There is a logical way to view it and still feel it, but view it from this helpful, beneficial mindset that this is serving me. Like, logistically speaking, if I feel the negative emotions, or if I feel heaviness, or if I feel tiredness, or if I feel whatever I've been kind of avoiding come up, then it's actually telling me something and revealing something to me that is helpful to my mission ultimately. Because my mission is greater than just like the thing that I'm constantly doing all the time. My mission is like who I really am, and like my well-being. Like if you're not in your state of well-being, then your mission is kind of failing in a sense at a certain point, right? I'm gonna take off my sweatshirt real quick because I'm warm. But excuse me. Okay, let's get more. Some of you are waiting for like a break, though. I do feel. Page of Swords. Interesting. Some of you may be dealing with like children or teenagers, or like the younger teenage part of yourself that might be a little bit angsty. There might be some repressed angst there that I'm sensing coming up, that's mad, and that's has some things that it's wanted to express but never could express, is kind of what's coming through. Um, yeah, for some, it's like, it's funny because for some of you, I'm almost picking up that no matter what age you are, you might be listening to music that was like from a younger time in your life. Um, it's like making you think about the old times and like missed opportunities, or, you know, just things, again, things from the past that didn't work out or that hurt you. It might be showing up in the music you're listening to, in movies you're watching, in books, in relationships you're having, conversations you're having, but it feels like it's showing up somehow to kind of like signal to you like, hey, this is coming up. Hey, there's still some unresolved stuff. Hey, I'm really wanting to react in this way and say these things, because I never really had the opportunity to. And like, if you were to just pause, put your life on pause, it would kind of mean like all of this kind of hitting you at once. Knight of Pentacles. So that is that energy of slow down, slow down. Like, you're not losing anything. You're gonna keep going where you need to be going. Things are still gonna get done because Knight of Pentacles is very practical, but it's also embodied energy. The Pentacles, I think of like the body, the physical. So it's really saying, and because these cards are not embodied in the physical in a way, it's saying to like drop down and like try to learn how to take your time with something. Don't be in such a rush. You know, your healing needs to be practically applied as well. Like, healing isn't just an idea. Healing is this like practical application of slowing down, treating your body with respect, treating your mind, your emotions with respect, and taking it seriously. Being committed and loyal to yourself, to your well-being, is really what's coming through. But it feels like you're already being guided to heal. So, like, that's like your higher self is communicating that with you, not necessarily just through this reading, but just in other ways that are starting to kind of like poke at you, perhaps. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles, focusing on yourself and your own sense of well-being in the physical, your body. So doing body work, getting a massage, getting a realignment, just even like the little things like washing your face, taking a bath that's like luxurious, getting essential oils and putting them on your body, aromatherapy is coming through. Again, just these things that you can do to like, and of course at the bottom we have the Chariot card, which was the card you chose. So what's really going to allow you to move forward in your life in a positive way, with the stars showing up here in a healing way, is honoring your own needs physically and working on that like rest and healing and processing of like some things that have been coming up that kind of need to be, again, taken seriously and looked at and supported and nurtured. I feel like some of you might think that like spiritual stuff, or in the past might have felt like healing and spiritual stuff is sort of this like pie in the sky, like abstract sort of concept that you're not really sure how to practically apply. And maybe when you hear things like self-love, it's like sometimes you don't even know what that means or what that looks like practically. but it looks like what I was just saying, like taking care of your body in a new way, slowing down, listening to your body, listening to your heart, listening to the signs that have been revealing themselves from the universe. Some of you need to go on like a road trip and like a drive and just like get away for a moment, if it's even possible. Let's get more. I'm hearing that there's an aspect of this lifestyle and just path that you've been on that it's like you're making things a little bit harder than they need to be. Healing does not have to be hard, even though it is hard sometimes. It is, I can't lie. But allowing yourself sometimes the most easeful thing we can do is make the hard decision and say, I have to commit time to myself, to process, to rest, to engage in self-love and self-care, body work, somatic healing. Like sometimes the easiest thing that you can do is just to make that hard decision. And that sounds like a paradox, but it's true. If you're thinking about it from the logical perspective, sometimes the easiest thing that you can do is make that hard decision. Isn't that funny? A funny way of that to come through. The Magician, because it's like you have the resources, you have everything you need in order to heal and feel. You're not without. You know, if you've chosen this pile, you have, like, there is time available. There is resources available. You can manifest this. This isn't just like a dream. Even if maybe you've felt that way in the past, it's like, if you are practical and logical, then like your spiritual well-being is a practical matter that you can make happen. It's just about committing to that, choosing that, and being willing to learn as well. With the Page of Swords, it's about learning, new understanding, being curious. So being curious about new ways of healing, that's gonna, different modalities will work for different people. Some people like ice baths, some people like saunas, some people like listening to frequencies. Some people like, doing plant medicine, it's different for everybody. Okay, so we have the Moon card, which talks about diving into the subconscious, into the emotional space, and, perhaps being a little bit afraid or uncertain about going there, because it's unknown. It's a little bit intimidating, and it means that, you're going to be engaging with yourself in a new way. But with the King of Wands showing up, it's kind of like, see this as an adventure. See yourself as the main character of your own movie or video game. And like, if it helps you take your healing seriously and your rest and your well-being seriously and slowing down, then maybe try to view it as not serious, if that makes sense. Again, there's a lot of paradoxes coming through. But it's like, I think for some of you, you might need to, because of the way that your brain works, you might have to kind of trick your brain into seeing it in a different way so that you can actually apply it practically speaking and do what you need to do for your benefit. So it's like, yeah, view yourself as your own main character in a movie so that you don't take it seriously, so that you can take it seriously. Isn't that funny? And also, you can view your life as a mystery movie, if that helps, because the Moon is about mystery. So you can see this journey that you're on as this like mystery that's unfolding that you can like be curious about and learn more about. That might be a way to help you kind of like unwrap the packaging and sort of like put in the effort and time to, you know, allow this to actually happen, because it really feels like some of you really need to like invest in this and like be with yourself. And yeah, let's get some more God source. What else for pile 2? What else for pile 2? Justice. Okay, so yeah, things definitely need to come into balance and will be coming into balance in this situation, on your path. Things are working out. If you're concerned that if you put time and effort into your healing, into yourself, into your own well-being, all of that stuff, there might be a concern that other things will suffer. But this is saying no. This is like a necessary part. Like, I'm almost feeling like you'll actually be supported and rewarded if you do this. But it's just about like thinking and believing that it's possible and worthwhile. Once you can get there, I feel like support will come in to kind of help allow this to unfold in a healthy way. So just for example, like if you needed time away from kids or a family, I feel like there would be support to come in to kind of like take up the slack if you were to take a rest or a break or time off or something. Same with work. There would be some sort of fair negotiation, or someone else taking over or something like that, so that you can do what you need to do. That's what the energy is coming through. So if this is resonating for you, then believe it, when I say that things are going to work out. It's just, you just have to kind of make some decisions for yourself in that department. Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. For others of you, there's just this overall sense of like independence, and like in your independence, in you caring about yourself, like you're going to make magic happen. You're going to be moving forward in your life by just allowing this part of the process to be here and investing in it and being patient with it and fully embodying it, not bypassing it. So again, even if like you're feeling some angst coming up, it's like, let it come up. Don't be afraid of it. Even if it feels a little dangerous or it feels a little scary or edgy or something like that, it's okay. It's just, be present with it, be mindful about it, be aware of what's coming up and potentially why it's coming up. Oh my goodness. This happened for the first pile too. The card that you chose wanted to come out again. So yeah, this is the very thing that's going to allow you to actually move forward. Like if you feel like there has been like stagnant energy or slow moving energy in certain ways in your career or in your life, like investing yourself in your own sense of like independence, perhaps for some of you singlehood, just that body care, that's the thing, that's the key. And you're going to be moving forward, and it's going to allow things to kind of continue. It's kind of like you're filling your tank up so that you can keep going. You're like a car. You're literally filling your tank up so that you have what you need to keep going. We're human. We need nourishment, and we need to be filled. And it's going to allow new opportunities to reveal themselves. We're going to start seeing life presenting new incredible opportunities, not just work, but just opportunities to like engage with life in a new way and feel more vital in the body and be more present and and feel more abundant within ourselves. It's like the universe is really going to be offering you opportunities. And like I said, support's going to be coming in to help kind of balance anything out. So like if you need to take time off, it's like I feel like the money will come back in, or you'll be paid for your time off, or there will be some sort of contract that will allow for it, or somebody else will take over it. Like I said, like things, energy's moving in your favor to allow this to work for you so that you can really like look after yourself. For pile 2. King of Swords and Page of Cups. Interesting. So yeah, that's that logical, over analytical mind that you have, many of you have. But at the bottom we have the Queen of Cups as well. So it's kind of saying to, again, you need to do some emotional work with your inner child. We have 2 pages showing up. So that's your inner child needing some work and love and care. And it just might be at odds with this like hyper serious, over analytical, like I need to make this work this way. And by the way, I'm not saying that with judgment. I'm just saying that might very well be an aspect that's present. And then you have this like inner child that's like, but I have these needs and I want to express myself in a certain way, and you know, I need love in a certain way, but maybe I've kept it at a distance because I've felt like detached from all of that because I've been focusing on other things because of what I think I need to do or be for other people or for myself or for the society or whatever it is. And there's just this part of you that's like, hey, I'm here still. I need love and attention too. And this part of you matters. This part of you, the harsh, cold, hard, and calculating part of you, that has existed for a reason too. But this feels like the more dominant energy when it's like there has to be balance with the page energies with your inner child, because Chariot is all about balance as well, with your masculine and feminine, knowing when to take action, knowing when to rest and receive. And it just feels like, again, your tank needs to be filled up. You need to kind of dive into yourself a little bit more and acknowledge some things and honor some things and love your inner child, because your inner child might be afraid of this part of you that has been a little bit judging of it in a way. That's just for some of you, if it resonates. And because we have the Queen of Cups, again, that's talking about leaning into your emotional flow and presence and your intuition in that more feminine aspect. 9 of Cups, and again, doing all of this is going to be the very thing that like brings in the fulfillment, brings in what you're wanting, because you're actually filling your own cup. Filling your own tank means filling your own cup. That's what self-love is. That's what self-care is. It's nourishment. It's being there for yourself in a different way. It's reparenting yourself. It's reparenting your inner child and showing up for your inner child in a way that your parents couldn't, in a way that you avoided maybe for a while, or were taught, like you just weren't given the tools perhaps to show up. Yes, again, you're being set up here for like a long-term happy situation, but you just have to let go and allow this to happen. And again, it's going to work out. Like things are going to come together so that you can like take that time and commit to yourself in that new way. You're being supported here 100%. And people like you and people see greatness in you. So that's why things are going to work out. We have the King and Queen of Wands here. So it's like you are supported and people do want to help. And yeah, they want to offer you support emotionally too. If you feel like you need to find a good therapist, even if it's just one session or something with somebody who you connect with online, even who you emotionally resonate with, and they can offer you that presence and that care that you need. Okay. I'm going to pull 3 cards from the Buffy Tarot, and then we'll get a final oracle. Okay, God, for my pile number 2, what messages want to come through from their higher self right now? Okay, we have 2 cards here. Temperance, healing, patience, and balance. What was I saying? This is confirmation. And then we have the Hermit, which is about going within, doing that healing work within, following your own inner light, focusing more internally and not as much on like what's going on outside of you, and trusting that that will all be taken care of as you go within. And again, we have the Moon energy showing up here. So the unconscious, underneath the surface, your emotions, your intuition, the things you might be a little bit scared to look at. It's all okay. And again, there's this kind of angsty character here playing the guitar. This character from Buffy was angsty and kind of quiet and hermity, and they were a musician. So again, you might be listening to music that like is from that time in your life. But again, you're going through this balancing period where you're healing, where you're learning how to like integrate different things, and this is Buffy's mom from the show, who's just a very nurturing, loving, supportive figure. And so you just want to be that parent for yourself, and like, you know, tell yourself you can remove the scary mask that you put on sometimes. You can remove that, at least for yourself, you know. Yeah, we'll get one more. Oh my God. Bottom of the deck. Look, the Chariot. Wow. Moving forward. Some of you, there might even be something about your car, literally. I mean, I know I mentioned going on a trip, driving might be therapeutic, but some of you might be dealing with car stuff as well. But it feels like it's going to work out with the Justice card. Knight of Cups, again, showing up. So people offering emotional support. They're there for you. Don't turn it away. There's no need to turn it away. Yeah, you're ending a cycle in your life of pain. You're ending a cycle of pain in your life. You're putting something to rest. You're putting something to bed, and you're being validated on that journey. We're going to get one more of these and get an oracle and call it wraps. How to, God. Okay, let's see. Okay, so we have the 7 of Wands and the Knight of Swords showing up. So yeah, there's a little bit of a defensiveness at like looking at yourself, looking at your shadow, looking at the things that like might be holding you back or might be getting in the way, you know. There might be fear of conflict, fear of like unearthing something you don't want to see or something like that. So you're a little bit guarded just with yourself even, but it's okay. Seeing yourself is the most powerful thing you can do. And it just, again, you're being assured that it's going to make your life so much better for the long term. And it's going to allow you to bring in the things that you need and want and desire. So just acknowledge where you feel like defensive or guarded. Just catch yourself. You don't have to make the change drastically, but just notice it within yourself. Because again, the Knight of Swords, it's like that's overachiever. It's that like moving too quickly and trying to get things done fast and always trying to be the revolutionary and, you know, fast communication and stuff. But it's just like sometimes that causes more issues if your body's suffering for it. So yeah, okay. Lastly, we're going to get a Sacred Rebel Oracle card to close things out. Okay. For my pile number 2. Inspiration. So, let's see. I mean, I'm seeing the bees, busy as a bee. I feel like you being busy for a time in your life has already given you the resources that you need to be able to make these shifts for yourself. But maybe you're just so in go mode that you feel like you're on the ride and you can't get off kind of energy. But again, it's like there's this feeling of like slowing down so that you can smell the roses and um and listen to for divine inspiration, you know? And that's going to come through. That might show up as creativity, or just inspired ways for you to connect with yourself and heal. And there's this warm, healing, glowing light around you that spirit is assuring you is around you, supporting you, if you just allow it for yourself. For some of you, it might be helpful just for the reminder that raw organic honey is extremely healing. So if you want to incorporate that in like your diet or something. What else is coming through? Again, this is just kind of giving me like whatever you're engaging with creatively, like if you're watching film or TV or music, it's like just be mindful of the vibration of it. Because what you're consuming is what's inspiring your behavior, your energy, the way you speak, the way you show up. Yeah. So hopefully these messages resonated, guys. If they did, I would love for you to leave a like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel. I'm still growing the channel and it's fun and I'm enjoying the process. I'm taking my time with it. I'm not in a rush, but I do appreciate your support. And I am doing personal readings at the moment. Information about that is in the description box below. And I just appreciate all of you guys so much and your support. And if you want to contribute to the channel, there's information about that as well. I do want to like at some point buy better equipment and just more cards so that I can kind of polish the way that these look. But that will all happen at the right time. And yeah, thank you guys so much once again, and I'll see you in the next one, okay? Bye. Hi, Pile 3. So you guys chose the Wheel of Fortune card here and the Rose Quartz. And yeah, today we're going to be looking at just messages from your higher self and guides that you need to know right now. I do a lot of videos like these so that we can just check in energetically at different times and kind of see what's going on, where we're going, where we're facing. Of course, energy is always fluid and we can change it with our free will. But because with the piles, I chose major arcana cards, these are going to reflect big changes in our life that are currently kind of happening, unfolding. So we're going to start with the Wheel of Fortune card here and just kind of get some messages with you, for you. I'm getting this really good feeling of abundance coming through for you. I'm getting this really excited feeling, like a wish coming true, like things that, like unexpected things coming in that are really exciting, but also just things that you've been wanting for a while kind of coming to fruition, maybe unexpectedly so, or in a way that you don't expect. It's like something you're doing is like unlocking this new experience of like receiving, which is incredible. I'm hearing don't second guess yourself. Stillness and quietness has been helpful in this process for you that you're in. Let's see. We are talking about big picture energies today, but I do feel something about the Christmas season coming through for you. So if you're watching this when I'm filming this in late October, then it feels like in the next couple months there is going to be some positive shifts that kind of show you this new direction that you're going to be facing, this new experience you're going to be having. And again, it's just saying like the calm before the change is okay, so don't fight it. Yeah, you're gearing up for something big and exciting. Let's dive into this and see what they're talking about here. The Hierophant. Interesting. So this is definitely like divinely guided destiny. Like it's kind of feels outside of your control a little bit. This is like the Divine Father stepping in and saying, this is how it's going to be for you, basically. Obviously, you get to choose how you respond emotionally and spiritually to things that are happening around you. But it feels like this process is very natural, like outside of your control. Like, meaning you can't stop it, you can't, like, make it come faster. It's just sort of, it's where it is, and you're just along for the ride. What else is coming through? Any background noises, I apologize. Let's get more. We have Judgment and the Knight of Swords. I want to say these showed up for pile 1. Judgment was the card from pile 1. But this also speaks of like major life overhauls, changes coming through. Yeah, like you're being divinely called onto a specific path. So whatever energy you've been in, it's like that energy is already aligned with the path right now. Although there are changes. Wheel of Fortune does talk about change. So embrace any changes that are happening in your life right now that are kind of leading you at the moment, guiding you. Okay, and then the Knight of Swords is also that like revolutionary type of energy. Revolutionizing your own life, reawakening to your own life, and like taking charge. Or not you taking charge per se, although you might be called to like step up and take charge in a new way in your own life. But this is like energy kind of racing forward. So things are going to be happening fairly soon, I'm getting. For my pile number 3. Okay. Temperance. Queen of Pentacles. So yeah, this is just kind of a reminder right now with where you're at in your journey to be patient and present with the process. Again, like there's only so much control that you have, and it really feels like with the big picture of your life right now, you don't really have much control over like things. And so you might as well just kind of like be present, be patient, continue focusing on your healing, integrating things. You know, if you've been having a lot of realizations and like new understandings, it's about like anchoring that in the body, holding that in the body, and allowing the body to like readjust to those new understandings, those new paradigms. Yeah, because you're like alchemizing so much light and new energy that's been coming in, again, because this is divinely ordained. Very powerful. And again, we're getting like the major arcanas. We have 4 showing up so far, with the Hermit 5 showing up at the bottom here. So this is big energy. This is big stuff. You're on a very personal, spiritual journey. And the Queen of Pentacles is very abundant. So like I was getting at the beginning and with the Wheel of Fortune, there is abundance coming through for you, coming in to support this healing, this reawakening, this new version of yourself that you're becoming. You're going to be taken care of financially by the universe, and that's going to look different for everybody. But just I'm kind of getting the sense of like, keep doing what you're doing, let the changes happen, make adjustments when you're called to, when you need to, because your intuition's going to be guiding you. God is going to be speaking to you through your intuition and also through your body. You're going to feel discomfort when it's time to move, and you're going to feel peace and ease when it's time to like be still and be still. So I think you are kind of in this like kind of push-pull dynamic of like stillness and then movement, stillness and then movement, stillness until you feel discomfort, and then you're called to move kind of energy. And you're just trusting that pattern, trusting that those kind of like impulses in a way. The Emperor. This is similar to pile 1, so maybe some of you will also want to watch that, or even all the piles. But this is you in your stability, you in your inner power, you being your own authority, and listening to your intuition, listening to the guides, the ancestors, the divine. Yeah, I'm also getting this sense of like luxury and like surrounding yourself with nice things, dressing yourself so that you feel presentable, so that you feel like beautiful and like worthy. It's like dress how you feel your worth. That's kind of what I'm getting here a little bit. And just overall this sense of like taking it easy and at the same time owning your decisions to move and to change. Let's see. It's interesting how oh gosh, the Chariot has been showing up for everybody today. Big time. So everybody, there's this collective energy of like moving forward, finally, some momentum gaining after this like awakening period, this shifting, this changing, this healing, learning how to be present and like solid and allowing in like safe people, stable people, masculine energy to come through in a very balanced way. This is just showing up for everybody today very strongly. So it's really good to see. But this was showing up at the bottom a second ago. So 4 of Cups is about kind of being dissatisfied with the way things have been and just kind of like getting distracted by some of the negative things going on or some of the negative things that are breaking down or falling away. And just a reminder from your guides and your higher self that there are new opportunities being presented to you. There are changes coming in. And they don't want you to get overly distracted by like things that you're not happy with right now, because those things are changing or will be changing very shortly. It's possible to be present with where you're at, but positively focused at the same time. And also it's okay to like not be happy with your current situation and use that dissatisfaction to inspire you to embrace change when it reveals itself, to embrace new opportunities that might be like exit points for your current situation or opportunities for that change and movement forward. So just don't be fooled by, I guess, the current circumstances is really what's coming through, because you're at the end of a cycle right now and things are closing out, and I feel like they're going to be closing out in a more peaceful, healing way than maybe you even imagine. And you're just being set up for the next level, for something greater. This is the final card in the tarot journey, and it starts over again with the Fool. So it's like you're gearing up for like this next level, and it's all good, you know? It's all good. So don't worry. Don't worry. I know it's hard sometimes to hear someone say don't worry when we're worried about a lot of things, but for many of you, this will be comforting to know that you're tapped into the frequency of like a better path moving forward and like abundance. Yeah, some of you are like carrying too much of other people's energy. You're carrying too much of like the dense energy that's like leaving your life and wanting to break down. Some of you might be actually holding on to the heaviness and like being frustrated by it a little bit. But it's okay to let it down. Again, you're like at this crossroads point, this limbo moment, which you're destined to like move out of very shortly. It's just, this is a passing moment in time with the Two of Wands here. It's not forever. You're just at this decision point where you're like, you can start to look at new options, at new directions. And you're going to be guided and nudged to move in a new direction that's more positive very soon. But the universe likes to give you perspective. So they're going to show you some things that you don't like and some things that you do like, and, you know, really show you your free will and exercise your free will here, to empower you to make decisions for yourself. So some of you might be just be at a point where you're being given options and you're being encouraged to be decisive about something. Because we have the sun at the bottom, which is all about positivity, positive growth, light, your inner child, play, fun, travel, warmth. Just one of the most positive cards in the deck. And yeah, this is saying like everything's okay. Everything's okay, even with the change going on, even with everything you've been healing, even with the things that maybe you're struggling with or dissatisfied with, like you're still okay, and things are going to work out better than you think, better than your expectations. Two of Pentacles, again, that's like juggling kind of like the old reality that wasn't really working and incorporating in some energies from the new reality that you're wanting, and just kind of like looking at options again. We have 2 and 2. So yeah, lots about options coming through. And maybe there's this energy of like old energy from the past sneaking up on you and you're afraid that it's gonna like latch on again or take advantage of you, or that someone's out to get you in some type of way. But again, Spirit's saying with the Two of Pentacles that you're doing a good job at like kind of managing all of this and moving through it, just so you can get to the next stage. Like you're really almost there. You may be feeling like defeated or conflicted, or just some type of like self-worth stuff coming up here, because a lot of times when we're experiencing things that we're dissatisfied with, it causes this frustration, like I was saying. But you're being reminded to be positive here, because you have this new emotional opening and awakening happening in your life as you're like on the other side of sort of this decision making that needs to happen, these changes that need to happen, releasing some heaviness and stuff like that. Like there's so much positivity and light and growth and opening and love on the other side. So stay positive about all of this. It's really good. You're moving away from the negativity. You're moving away from negativity. And again, these are 2 cards of healing, Temperance and 6 of Swords. You are healing. You're moving into a calmer chapter of your life where things start to flow and work out for you better, and where abundance can more easily reach you. And what did I say about, we had the World card, which is the last card in the tarot, and the Fool is the first card in the tarot. So this is a new adventure that you're starting. So many similar messages coming through in these piles for everybody, but I think it's just relevant for a lot of us at the moment. Yeah. I don't know why I'm getting, it's like some of you are annoyed with other people around you, and some of you are annoyed with yourselves. So really try to hold grace for yourself and for other people. It is difficult sometimes, and you know, but we don't want to be as we're moving into the next chapter, we don't want to be holding on to negativity and density from other people, from ourselves, from our past. It's okay to let it go. You know, the Fool travels lightly. In the normal or traditional tarot, they have like the stick with the bag on it and like just a few belongings. And that's really it. But they're moving forward with a skip in their step, like light-footed, you know what I mean? And again, you're being assured abundance is coming in for you. Support is coming in for you. That feeling of safety and satisfaction with your environment and just your situation at large is really coming through. We do have the counterpart energy showing up. So some of you will be attracting in somebody who can meet you where you are and offer support and love and safety and comfort to you. That is showing up here. And Eight of Pentacles, just like this continued mastery, this process that you're in, that's ongoing, and things keep getting better and better and better. So you don't have to worry. Yeah, it's just a process. Things take time, and you are moving forward. There's a progression here with the 7 and the 8 showing up, and the 4. It's so funny. So funny. Yeah, you're laying a new foundation for like everything else that's to come, which is so positive. Again, you're following your own inner guidance, your own light on this journey. Okay, so I'm gonna now pull 3 cards from the Buffy Tarot, and then we'll get a final oracle message. Again, if you can hear any background noise, I apologize. I'm in an environment where there are other people. For my pile number 3, God, what do they need to hear right now from their higher selves? What does my pile number 3 need to hear? Okay. 2 of Wands once again showing up here. So again, this is just like being at that decision point where you're looking at where you've been, you're looking at where you are going, you're looking at possible options of where you could go, and the universe is giving you the options. They're giving you different like things so that you can feel like you can make a choice and that you're empowered in your own decision-making abilities. That's really a theme that's specific to you guys in this pile. Yeah, like you can go anywhere, you can do anything you want, you do have free will. It's just that destiny is guiding you and encouraging you to make a decision. If you feel like in the past you haven't been in a position to really make those decisions, now is the time. As far as your like destined path, now's the time for you to be able to make a new decision. Like there's a portal into this new reality now. 10 of Cups, you're being guided on the path of your ultimate fulfillment. You're okay. Like things are working out for you for your ultimate happiness long term. So again, whatever's happening around you, like don't be fooled. Like it can't throw you off of the path to this 10 of Cups. This is the big picture here. You're moving in this direction and you're aligned. Your soul decided to have this happy, content outcome with things. So this is assured. We're just, again, like I said, in a process. We're moving through cycles and we're letting go of so much so that we can begin afresh and build something new and amazing and beautiful. And that just involves decision making and patience and healing and all of those things, integration. Yeah. Okay, so that's 2. We'll get 1 more for my pile number 3, God. For my pile number 3. Spirit's saying some of you are staying up too late. Some of you are staying up too late. Interesting. Okay. Maybe that's a message for me too. I like staying up late. 5 of Wands. So again, and with the 8 of Swords at the bottom of the deck, again, this is kind of giving me that sense of like, don't be distracted or fooled by things that look a little scary or chaotic or conflicting or distressing. Like, don't be fooled by things that come up because it's literally just old energy shaking stuff out. This message came up in another pile. Yeah, it's like some of you might get a little frazzled by certain things that like aren't working out in certain ways, but those are just happening to kind of like redirect your focus back inward, back to positive things. Negativity comes up sometimes for us to look at and address, but other times it's not. It's for us to just say, okay, that's not me, that's happening, but I don't have to give it my energy right now. And it feels like for you it's about not giving it your energy because it feels like it's a little scary, or like maybe you're taking it too seriously. Some negative things in your environment or coming up for you, it's like you're taking it a little too seriously. And what will help you is just the perspective that it's like all part of the process of like things falling away and breaking down here, and like you're moving away from it again, once again, towards your fulfillment. You are moving forward here with this bus racing forward and these knights moving forward, and there is that conflict energy again up here. And it might be like these people are fighting on top of the bus, so you might be in the bus moving on your path, and you're hearing this like ruckus on top and getting a little bit distracted and distressed by it, but it's just like, keep going, just keep going. Don't let it trip you up, because it'll go away, it'll pass. It's just a passing storm, because you're moving towards this new beginning and this incredible path towards joy, love, and contentment. It's a promise. So yeah, let's see. That was, I think I got all those cards. We're gonna finally pull from the Sacred Oracle deck here. I'm gonna actually get these out of the way, and we will get a final message. So God, for my pile number 3, what message do they need to hear right now? Legacy of Light. Okay, I want to get one more actually. This pile is very, very similar to, I don't know what that is. This pile is very similar to another pile. Inner trust. So yeah, this is kind of like the Hermit, where it's just saying trust yourself, trust where you are on the path right now. Everything's okay. You're doing good. You're doing really good. You can trust that, and trust your intuition, and trust the guidance that from the messages that you're getting outside of you from the universe that are positive and encouraging. You can trust that. And with the Legacy of Light, that is like that long-term happiness coming through once again. It's like you have loved ones on the other side, and ancestors and ascended masters who are guiding you specifically towards joy. Again, this is like in your soul blueprint to experience joy. So just because you might be feeling some crazy stuff now does not mean that you're not being steered continuously towards the best possible outcomes. Like your loved ones and guides love you so much. They love you so much, and they understand that being here on earth in the physical can be scary and discombobulating and discouraging at times, but you're loved. You can always tap into their energy. You can always access them spiritually. They're always there for you, even if it seems abstract. If you really tap in and go within, you can even put on like shamanic drumming music and really go within. And it's through your intention that you connect with them, and your presence and your mindfulness. Turn off the lights. If you want to light a candle, watch the flame. Put on drumming music in the background and just stare at the flame flickering, and communicate with the flame and communicate with your ancestors as you're watching the flame and listening to the drums, and kind of putting yourself in a trance in a way. so that you can really like receive guidance, not through the intellect, but through presence, through the body, through your spirit, through the DNA within your being that's being activated and ignited into this like next level, and that's moving you forward. You have a lot of support helping you, and you can support yourself on this journey too. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is just turn away from the negativity, like I was saying, and go within and be that stability for yourself. Be that stability for yourself. Be your own inner father, mother, parent, whatever. And rebuild that sense of trust with yourself. And in turn, you're going to rebuild that sense of trust with people around you, even family. Like, you're worthy of your own self-trust at this point. It's the only thing that's going to get you to the next level is trusting yourself. And it's a process, and we don't have to get it right away or all the time. You can get it wrong and then get it right and then get it wrong and come back to ourselves continuously. But just as long as you're committed to yourself in that process, you're going to be okay. And you're going to get there. You're going to get to exactly where you need to be. I'm telling you. You watching this video, you're going to get to where you want to be. And it's happening now. It's just that outcome requires this of you now. Whatever's happening for you now, the desired outcome is asking you to move through this. And again, turn inward, that love, that self-love and presence. Just being there for yourself, sitting with yourself and listening to yourself. Yeah. So hopefully these messages resonate for you guys. I really hope they did. If you resonated, I would really appreciate a like, comment, share, subscribe, all that. It helps my channel so much. You really have no idea. There's information about personal readings that I'm doing now in the description box below. If you'd also like to contribute to the channel in any way, there's information for that. I am wanting to get like better equipment and more cards so that I can make this a more polished experience, and continue doing this and do this more often. So yeah, I would love to be doing this full time, because I really enjoy it. So I appreciate you so much. Thank you for your presence with me here on this channel and just in general on this earth. You are doing so much for the collective, just doing your internal work, I'm telling you. Please believe me when I say that. And yeah, you are loved. So thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.